And we are live. We're live, but you're muted. I muted you, Will. I'm sorry. I unmuted you. The power is there. How's it going, man?
Going all right. How you doing today?
I'm doing okay. How does it feel that we're only doing this on like one sole stream? How does that feel?
Well, this is my first time ever doing a stream where someone else hosted and I don't have to do anything, so it feels easy.
There you go. Literally. Just if anybody's is jumping into the stream or is catching the VOD. So we just Will and I last time we did all this setup for this stream live, and it was a little bit of chaos in the very beginning, and so we decided we were going to do this early just to make the decision that we were only going to stream in one place. Yeah, I'm pumped to be back with you again, Will. I had a lot of fun last time.
Yeah, same here. Same here. I think we left off on a broken thing, and
we did.
I have a pretty good path forward. Essentially, we're going to have to abandon Next.js and do it all in just React because that's actually what our plugin is built for.
Love it. Okay, I am so glad that you said that because I had this grand plan of discovering all of the joys of Next.js over the past 2 weeks, but then I did not in any way do any of that.
Well, I can give you the TLDR caching.
What's the TLDR?
Caching. Yes, it's caching. That's it renders your stuff on the server and then it renders it on the client, and then there's also all these different caching layers which can make things a little bit hard to debug and understand because with caching it's you never know if what you're getting is from a cache result or if it's from the thing that you've just done. So we don't currently have a good path forward for how Next does its rendering yet, but maybe in the future if Next becomes even bigger than it already is.
I love it, which I guarantee you will. So if you are tuning into this stream for the first time, catching this VOD, this is actually part 2. I'll link, I'll find it in chat because I put it up somewhere. Our last session where Will and I jumped together, got to know each other live on stream. And if you don't know where you are, if you've happened upon the stream, you've happened upon this VOD, and you're like, where am I? What is this thing? The answer is you're on Twitch. Or YouTube, wherever you're finding this. And we're here playing around with DevCycle and OneSignal. If you've never heard of DevCycle, it's a feature flag management platform that we kind of designed for developers. So if you have no idea what a feature flag is, conditional statement that is thrown in your code to turn things on or off, helps you release new features, improve your developer workflow. And what's OneSignal about, Will?
OneSignal is all about customer engagement. So we allow you to send messages to your customers. Short story of it. A little bit longer is we also do segmenting of your user base that allows you to send messages to a segment of users based off of whatever criteria that they may meet, which makes your life a little bit easier when you just want to think about, I want to send this message to anyone who's interested in bears, for instance. It's a lot easier than going into your own database and figuring out a whole list of people and then sending that up to the APNS yourself, because there's a lot of things you have to think about.
Yeah, I love it. That was a much more eloquent description of what you do. We need a higher level, bold vision of what DevCycle is. But for today DevCycle is a thing that you may not get to see because last time we didn't even get past our sample Next.js app. Now do you want to drive this time or do you want I'm going to be honest with you. I'll be a much better driver if you're the navigator than if you're driving and I'm navigating. But I mean, I'm happy to
help me understand who is the driver and who is the navigator.
I don't understand either. I'm just using the terms. I don't know. I'll screen share and you tell me what to do. How does that sound?
Okay. Yeah. That's fine. Yeah.
All right. Let's do that. All right, so let's jump in. Let me get my screen share up here.
I'm going to move you to my side monitor so I can look at you.
All right, let's go. Entire screen 3. I think we're going to go screen 3. Hey, there we go. Look at those mountains. I got to say, Apple's aesthetic, I still am such a big fan. All right, so Will, where are we starting off? What's our starting point? today?
So we're going to start off with create React app today. The reason behind this is that even though we ship a plugin that it works for React, and even though Next.js is React, it's actually a framework, and it renders things a little bit differently from a classic React app, in that it renders it on the server first, and then it renders it on the client. Now with OneSignal, if you're using our JavaScript SDK, well, that's a browser. Like that's a browser SDK. It depends on the window object, which is something that does not exist on the server. And we're not going to be able to get around that easily in Next.js. We would be doing too much Next.js stuff versus, what our two companies. So to like circumvent around all of that technical stuff, we're just going to start with a create React app, which I think we'll have to go to npm or GitHub to like see how to do it. I actually don't know. I've never used create React app like that.
Really? All right, let's do it.
Nope.
Let's jump over there. I'm like doing things on one of my other monitors, and I've closed things that I wanted to.
Oh, I understand. This is what I was saying. I'm like, it'll be so much easier for me. I don't have to do it.
We had things that were in the right place. All right, let's get this over here. So let's create React app. What do we need to do over here? Create React app. Look at that. Beautiful. I realize this is not actually what we need, but it is. And yes, there we go.
That's it. Yeah.
That's what we need. All right, let's get our VS Code open. What do I have open over here on my? I think actually I might. Oh, I have our docs open right now. Let's go and do something new. New open folder. Let's go and open a new one on my desktop. Let's call this one OneSignal Part 2. All right, and open. Boom. All right, drag this bad boy over, make you smaller, bring you over here. Success. All right, phase 1 complete. Yes, I trust the author. That is me. Let's open our terminal. Zoom in here a little bit. Beautiful. Look at that gigantic terminal. All right, let's go npx create React app. Success. We've done it.
I'm gonna give you I'm gonna give you a couple of really cool keyboard shortcuts right quick. Command J. That will show and hide your bottom window. And if you do Control tilde, that will show and hide the terminal no matter where you are. So like if you're on the output, you want to quickly go to the terminal, it'll pop up your terminal. And if it's not shown, it'll do the hiding show kind of thing.
Really? Command tilde is not doing that. Maybe it's just my
tilde is the one that's below your escape.
Yeah, I'm doing that right now.
Control?
Not doing anything.
Not doing anything.
Oh. Yeah, hold on. Oh, there we go. Control. Sorry, I was going command. Look at you, Will. All of the things, all of the text. I love it. All right, so we've got our app. Let's jump into CD into my app, and there we go. Let's go npm start, and let's see if our React app is working. One. No, close that down. Close that down. Are you working?
Yeah, it looks like we are. Yeah, looks like it's live.
Boom. Look at that. Hold on. This is the one thing, window management, I still have not wrapped my brain around really with Mac, and it's probably my own fault. There's probably a very
there is no actual window management in Mac OS. However, there are tools that you can install. I use a tool called Magnet, which allows me to map like window configurations to keybinds essentially.
Okay. Well, for now, we've got it here. Our React app is up and running. Success. Stream over. We're ready to go. All right. So phase 1 complete. What's next?
All right. So let's open up your index page or your main component that's rendered here. And what we want to do is basically strip it out. That may be app.js actually. Let's see what that is.
Yeah, there we go.
All right. Yeah. So where it says learn React or whatever, let's just kind of strip out the image and all that kind of stuff and just say, I don't know, hi or something. Put an emoji. Because this is where we're going. This is where we're going to do most of our work here.
Let's get that in there.
Okay. All right. So now I think it's a good time to go and install the OneSignal SDK. And
Right.
actually, how about this? We can marry the two. So let's first install your SDK so that we can throw a feature flag in here, and then we're gonna turn it on and off.
I dig it. All right, let's go DevCycle.com. We can grab our docs over here, head into the docs. Where are you hiding? That's terrible. It's not a quicker link to docs. Why don't you really just go to docs.devcycle.com? All right, let's jump in here so we can jump into our SDKs. We're going to grab our React SDK here, our installation, and let's go and install our SDK. Open a new terminal here, and let's go. All right, success installed. All right, so do we want to add our feature flag now?
We have to do the other that it says using was create React app, and we're doing that. So that where it's one install app rewired. Do we need to do that?
Why? Why did I not know that this was a new thing that we've done? Known issue with create React.
Well, app. to be fair, we decided that we're going to use create React app a few minutes ago, whereas before it wasn't the case.
No, it's all right. Due to a known issue, following steps are required to ensure. All right, well, let's do it. Let's see if we actually need to do this. We'll find out if this works live on the stream. All right, so let's grab that boy in there. And let's throw over. Throwing this in the root. Update the scripts to use rewired package.json. Get rid of what's going on here. None of these things are
applying. You may be in the wrong package JSON. You have two.
Scripts, React scripts start, React app rewired start. Yeah, this is new.
Oh, no, wait, go back. I have a pro tip for that too. So on that selection that you just made, if you do Command D, that will select the same text everywhere else in your file, and you can just do that.
Look at that. All right, I think that's everything that we needed to shift in here. And oh, it's in my app. I'm looking in the wrong spot. Yeah, where did I end up installed it in the wrong spot? CD.
I see what happened. Yeah, so you may want to delete the other one. Like, yeah, all of that. And it looks like you created your config override in the wrong place. Spot. Yeah.
There we go. Should have fixed everything now. Let's make sure we got all that fun stuff in there. We got that. Did we actually get our React app rewired? We are in there. Oh, we got chats here. Oh, yeah. Link to. All right. There we go. Okay, we're in here. Good. So that should be our React app stuff working now. So let's go and close this down and start again. Okay, good. Everything seems to be working. Success. All right, so phase 1 complete. We got our React app rewired. Let's go into our next step of getting started. So, oh, did I lose you? Oh, you pulled yourself off. All right, jump in here, app.js. Let's grab.
All right. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, we're back. You're good.
Yeah, I was talking. So I accidentally pressed backspace and it navigated me away because this is a browser. So
it happens. Yeah. It happens.
Sorry about that.
No, that's okay. Yeah, we're just adding it into here with async. No, we're just going to use our blocking.
Do you all provide a loading state component, or is this something that we're going to have to define ourselves?
I think we have to define ourselves.
Well, let's just return a paragraph that just says loading. That'll like make it simpler. Oh, and this is for your SDK. It seems like you have a on load, like after initialization, that you have.
We must. You know what? I feel like we do, and I just need to go look because we have our sample React app, and I feel like we
have a loading component.
Yeah, I feel like we do. Here's our JS SDK. Where's our sample app here? Oh, and I forgot when we were doing this. We switched this around to stop using DVC everywhere. Go, and then I think good, and then there's my export.
So it looks like you're shipping a HLOC where you pass in your app and you're attaching some things with your cycle provider.
Yes, sir. All right, let's jump in. So I got to create all of that stuff on the back end for DevCycle, but let's get, so that's the basic stuff that we need in here for getting our code set up. What do we need to get set up for OneSignal? Where should I go to grab some code that I can use there?
Let's go to, you could press Command K here on GitHub, or I guess duplicate that tab. Or maybe, I don't know if you have this. No, you don't have it. So you'll have to navigate to it. GitHub.com/OneSignal, and then OneSignal -Java or React -plugin. You have, wait a minute, OneSignal. All right, just go to OneSignal and we can find it from there. All right, and if you go to the search down at the bottom, or that too, that works too. Well, I guess that one doesn't work. Yeah, there we are. All right, and if you scroll down, we have the installation instructions.
There we go. Let's grab this here. Oh my God, so many terminals. I'll close you. All right, let's grab this. All right, we're good there. And let's grab our import. And we need to go and grab all this stuff from OneSignal again. But for now, OneSignal net. Let's grab this guy. I think we've got we're good, right? We just need to actually go in and set this up in OneSignal again.
Yeah, I think you already have the app ID from the last project we did. Could you just copy it from there?
If I can find it. Let's go see if I can find it from the other project.
And you could also, like, if that may be more effort than it's worth.
Yeah, I feel like
if you just go to OneSignal, you should see the app there, and you can just copy it from the URL. Of course, you have to have remembered what you used to log in as. This is a problem I often suffer with.
Hey, there we go. DevCycle 2.
We can use either or.
Let's grab this guy. Where's our
leader? So you see that 3C9 whatever in your URL bar?
Yeah, there we go. Beautiful. All right. All right, so let's grab that. And then we're similarly going to go over and we're actually, we don't need this logo stuff here anymore. Let's get rid of that because we're not using that. And let's go into our DevCycle platform now.
Are you going to make this repository available publicly?
I am. The last one we didn't, and I'm glad we didn't, but I'll definitely make this one available publicly after.
Okay, so if we're going to do that, there's a couple things we're going to need to do, or at least we're going to strongly want to do before you make your first commit. That way we don't commit stuff that shouldn't be in our history, because it'll be a lot harder to remove it once you push it to GitHub or wherever else you're going to publish this.
Definitely will. All right, let's go create a new project. I'm going to call this OneSignal. Don't really need a new project for this, but we're going to create one. Oh, Jesus. All right, do we need HDB? No. SDK visibility. Let's do this as red.
All right, what does this mean? The color here?
So it means absolutely nothing. I'm just going for an aesthetic. So when you go in, so I guess maybe I should walk people through. We kind of walked through the OneSignal stuff last time. So I'm going to close this down for just a second. So when you create your account on DevCycle, there's a couple of things that you're going to see. So first off, when you go in, you'll join or be created as part of an organization. So you get sort of a base organization, and then sort of the whole system is built around that. And then if you're in with a company and you're using DevCycle, then you could find different organizations that are building out different feature sets. Sort of after you're through the organization setup, then you've got projects. And so projects would be like literal projects that you're working on that have a number of features that are associated with them. And then once you kind of have your project decided and set up, then is where you actually start to look at actually creating things where you can have features and variables and variations. So that's why I could do this in my DevCycle toggle, but I just want to create a OneSignal just because I think It's nice to just show what it looks like when you go in here. So let's go and create that rose. And then there's some of these features here. So there's things like SDK visibility, which isn't really important for people at the very beginning, and EdgeDB, like just not super important when you're getting started, but lots of links to docs as you go through here. And the nice thing is you get like this really awesome getting started walkthrough presentation. So like you can close this down if you don't want to see it all the time. You can always pull it up here in your quick start and just like follow the process. So this, for anybody that's going on and trying out DevCycle, does not actually really fundamentally matter for you, whatever kind of feature you're setting up. There's a lot of like information if you want to know where all of the kind of philosophy behind this comes from. Most people are going to be using a release feature where like you're building out a new feature and you're trying to turn something on and off. And so we're going to call this one hello.
So while you do that, I have another question. The experiment feature, is that tied to a probability by any chance? So let's say, for instance, depending on someone comes to your site, it's enabled or disabled a certain amount of time. So
It is, yeah.
Okay, all right.
Yeah,
cool.
and you can actually do that with any of them. So really what all of the, so there's different sort of initial variable setups that occur depending on the kind of feature that you create, but you can sort of make any type of feature work the way you want. It just kind of pre-populates a bunch of information for you. And so, yeah, so here we go. We have now created a feature. And now, so here's an interesting thing. So have you ever used a feature flag before, Will, or is this like a newer world to you?
No, like we used it a lot for desktop, but we built our own way of doing it for GitHub.
Because most people do, right? Like I think a lot of people use like homespun like solutions that just make sense. So one of the things that makes DevCycle very unique is the way that we organize features. So in a lot of feature flag management platforms, you kind of are looking at the features are like the only thing you're managing. So every time you wrap something in a conditional statement, you basically are creating a new flag for that. Within DevCycle, we're kind of looking at features as being your overarching sort of system. So the new feature might be you're rolling out a new homepage. And then within that kind of major feature, there's going to be lots of different sort of variables that exist within there. So you're going to change maybe some text in the banner. Maybe you're going to change an image. Maybe you're going to change X, Y, or Z. And so your feature is sort of your overall, and then your variables are existing as sort of pieces within that feature. And it gives you a lot of control over like who sees what and how they see it and what is being shown to who. And that kind of like feature grouping concept is really I would say one of the big differentiators of kind of what we're doing. A lot of platforms have it, but we've like designed it around this idea that like feature flags are like fundamentally on and off, but really within this world of feature flag management, like there's so much more that you can do with this. So yeah. And so with that in mind, like when you actually go in and set up this feature, it creates an initial variable, and we've created this like hello world variable, but you can create a whole bunch of new variables that exist in here and then variations of that variable. So like if you don't want to go Boolean, but you want to go with like a string variable. So maybe I want this hello world, like literally one of the variations is going to be hello that some people see. And one of the variations is going to be world in here. And so now you have those variations. You can set multiple variations and then target specific audiences to see specific strings that you're having in there. Does that make sense?
Yeah, well, yes, it makes sense to me.
Awesome. Yeah, so, but I mean, we're going to go with a simple, I think we're going to go with a simple, like,
I think Boolean to start off would be
let's just go really simple, true, false. All right, let's go true for on, false for off. Yeah, okay. And then once we have this, you've got a couple of options here. Self-targeting, this is more of a QA feature. We literally just launched this today. So if you're going through and you're building out features, you want to target certain audiences, like this is a way to test it on yourself before you start putting it out into the world. But we're going to actually look at sort of like actual targeting rules that exist here. And so initially it sort of sets you up just on a development environment, and you get different keys depending on your environment and depending on your on the project that you're working on and the organization. And then you could set here like whoever's going to see it, set your definition, set whatever variation they're going to see. And then you're asking about the random distribution. So this is where you can set sort of like what percentage of people are going to see that. You can set a schedule around that. You can do a gradual rollout and have all of those different options that are in there. But in for us, we'll just kind of set it to our variation off. And I think that that's all the basic stuff we need. Lots of code samples in here too for people. So if you're like, oh, I don't know how to do this. So let's actually go in here and look at our React client. And so you actually get like, obviously you get a link to our direct sample app, but like, here's exactly how you can use this thing in production, like commented, like all of these things. I'm actually going to copy this entire thing because I think it's really valuable for people to see. And let's copy this over into our GitHub. Come on, Windows. And let's go here. All right, and we're actually going to cancel all of this out.
What if we don't cancel it all? Okay, I was going to say, there's 2 lines that we need from that one.
Yeah, I'll grab the ones from the OneSignal stuff afterwards, but I just want to sort of show like really well structured code. So you can see here's our import stuff. This is where we're checking if it's initialized. We can set a user ID here. We can just set this user ID as whatever. Doesn't really matter for us right now. And then we've got like our hello world value. So we've kind of got our variation on or off. So this is basically, we have this set up on Boolean. We've got this like DevCycle loading state, same as we had before, but we're actually going to go back over here and we're going to grab our import statement from OneSignal. And let's put that there. And then we're going to grab our OneSignal init to put inside of that app function. And we'll put it at the very top because we're big fans of OneSignal. Grab that. All right, and the last thing I need to do in here after I delete all this code is actually put in my SDK key here. And so SDK key is coming. Again, I think this might technically populate it, but we do obviously put those asterisks in there. And so we can get our keys from, where's our key show up? Keys, view API keys. Oh, I want to save this.
Would it be under settings?
So it is under settings, but there's a nice view here if you want to get them in like a much larger way. So you get a different key depending on whether you're on client, mobile, or server, and then depending on the environment that you're in. And you would obviously set most of these in your environment variables normally. We're not going to do that. We're actually going to grab these directly from here, and we're just going to pop that over into our SDK key right here. Okay, and so if we look at this now, it should still, is it still running? Oh, we got an error here. What's our error? Let's go back here. Should I break something? Nope. Maybe, yeah, we did. We can't resolve DevCycle React Client SDK. Why not? Why not? What did we change in our SDK?
It looks like it can't get the module that you're trying. Did we install it?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I thought we did. No, maybe not. Let's find out. Yeah. Could be the issue that we're facing. Let's go back over the docs and grab this. Let's go here. React, no, we're going to go in from here. So like I said, when you're actually going in and you're doing your creation process into Hello World, we can go into our code sample. It'll actually give you the installation instructions too. It's our code sample. Let's go SDK React, grab this here, and let's get our installation instructions. 17, npm install. Let's try this again. I thought we already had this, but maybe I think
wrong. We may have did it in the wrong directory.
I think that you are entirely possible. You know what, Will? Your patience with me is
no, that won't work. Or no, you're in the right one now.
Yeah, I'm in the right one.
Yeah.
Go. All right, it definitely was not there, so we definitely did do it in the wrong place. All right, so that should resolve our issue that we're facing in our other terminal. There we go, sick. All right, so Awesome. So we got our variable variation off, identify new user. If we want to update that, I'm actually going to go over here and in our development environment. So we have our variation offset for everybody. I'm going to switch this over to variation on. And it'll immediately in real time go and update. So like, there we go, our targeting rules. And then the more user information that you have in there, the more you can sort of target based on different pieces. But that's as easy as it is to get the DevCycle SDK up and working in here. And so why don't we do a little bit more with OneSignal now? So we've got our basic DevCycle up here and working. What do we want to do next?
All right. So did you already do the initialization code for OneSignal? Is it there? All right. Now, supposedly, if you go to your go back to your browser into the app and press well, I don't know. It's F12. Try F12. It's F12 for me. Oh yeah, that. And let's go to your console to see if there's any, like, what's going on here. Okay. Scroll up and see if that's all. All right.
That's it.
All right, OneSignal. Okay, so all right, so here's what's happening. It's because of where this initialization is. And in dev mode, not OneSignal, React will render your component twice.
Oh, there you go.
And this is to force developers to do what they're supposed to do. So let's try this out. We can do the initialization here, like, just to make it simpler, even though technically I wouldn't do it. But let's create a use effect. So you could do react.use effect and then give it a callback. And you have to import React first. You don't have you're not importing React. It's a function. Use effect is a function, and you're going to pass it a callback as a function.
What have I done here?
You have to pass it a callback. So far, you haven't passed it a callback. So after that parenthesis right there, let's just do an empty set of parentheses. And then equal. And then the greater than, or I guess the left one, where the mouth eats the left side, the other one. The other one. There you are. And then, so yeah, now you have this is a callback. So you just defined an inline function.
Hey, there we go.
Now we also have to tell React to not render this more than once. So could you do me a favor? After your curly brace, right before the OneSignal, press enter to add a line there. It makes my life a little bit easier. And then let's go to the end and also do the same thing for one more to the left. Yeah, there you are. All right, so one right to that close curly brace, we're going to add a comma. And then two empty like square braces. So this just tells React that there's, like, basically it'll only render once because that dependency array is basically empty. So nothing will ever change. So let's go back to your app, and now we should get a little bit better of a thing. So we've reduced some of the errors. All right.
Yeah.
All right. OneSignal SDK can only be initialized once. All right. So we probably should do the thing. Okay. So here's how we can get around that. Let's pull it out of this over here, like that whole use effect, and let's put it in index.js.
Wait, say that again. Where do you want to put it?
Index.
Oh, index. Okay.
Yeah.
Great. And do we want to put it inside?
Wait. Okay. All right. So we can't put it here because this is just rendering as a root. It's not a component. So actually, we're going to keep it in the app.js. I did tell you that I've never used create rack app, right? Yeah, I mentioned
You definitely did tell me.
All right, so here's what we could do. Like, I don't like it. What we can do is say, all right, we can have a variable that's that we set whenever we initialize OneSignal, and that will prevent the from being reinitialized more than once. All right, so what we can do is maybe do window. We can say if window dot OneSignal inside of no inside of your
Oh
user.
yeah. Gotcha.
And you should put this on the line above. Yeah, there we are. And really what we want to do is say if window.OneSignal is not equal to undefined or something like that, I would just do not equal, just one, and then do undefined to take advantage of null coalescing in JavaScript. All right, and then we'll just return. So let's put a line between your like 11 and 10. These are two separate things. They're not related. So on line 11, just press enter a few times just to get that down, and now above it, delete that curly brace on line 10 and just type return. And you also need to open your parenthesis. You forgot a parenthesis right after your if. And what we could do here is technically you don't need to not equal to undefined, because undefined is falsy. So you could just say if window.OneSignal return. So you can delete all of that. All right. And let's see if it's going to give us that same error again.
Same error.
Can you also stop the server and restart it?
Let's do that, bro. Turn it off and on again. Everybody's watching.
Normally I'll do this just to make sure that like it's.
Oh, there we go.
Latest.
Oh,
no, we're not. I also assume that you have turn off caching in your browser settings whenever you have this open.
I have a feeling that I have not.
All right. Oh, wait. Scroll up. Disable cache. It's the force to the right. Yeah, you are. Now, I'm not saying that this is going to fix it, but like it eliminates a bunch of different places where this could be. All right. So we now know that we're at least getting the latest.
Let's stop it and try it again. Possible. Yeah, it's possible.
All right. Let's see here. All right. Well, we're ignoring it, so it doesn't matter. All right. And then
that's the spirit.
The second thing is, can I read properties of undefined? Interesting. All right. Let's go back to our docs. Let's see if we have any guidance here. When I say our, I'm talking about the GitHub repo that we pulled the OneSignal.
For our doc, React OneSignal. Let's grab that repo, and here we go. Let's see if there's anything in here. All right, import.
Oh, wait a minute. I wonder if we don't. All right. I've just had a moment. So let's go back to your Visual Studio, and let's pull out the initialization from that React use effect whatever thing. Just so on that line, just press Alt and then up a few times. Keep going. Right there. Yeah, right there. All right. And then like you can just comment out line 9 through 13 for now, because we may have to come back to that. All right. So now let's see what happens. Is it still giving us that issue of your okay?
Still getting the properties, but we fixed that.
But that's fine. One issue at a time. That's all.
There we go.
One issue at a time. All right. So you see here how we do have, and this is what I didn't want to do, initialize some state And then like, I don't like doing that, but maybe that's the only way we can do it. But yeah, we can initialize some state here, and then we just check to see if that state exists. So you see on, you don't see what I'm sorry. Constant initialize, comma set initialize equal use state. You see, yeah, that thing right there.
Yeah.
So yes, you can also do that if you want to opt into using state, in which maybe that's okay. But I try to avoid using state or use state in things. Okay, so we've at least figured that part out, I think. Can I read properties of undefined on a database JS? Is that me or you?
It's not. I think it's us. No, it's you.
Okay. Well then, let's paste that code that you just copied inside of our use effect. Or maybe, do we even need to copy? Do we even need to like, what did you copy? I actually don't remember what we copied.
So we still have our like OneSignal return in that use effect. Do we need this I don't even need this anymore.
I don't know, but on line 14, just press Command V. We'll see. Oh, you didn't copy it. Okay.
Oh no, I copied it. No, I copied it out. So.
Yeah. So go back to the code that we were looking at in GitHub. A control tab will take you to what we were just looking at.
Oh shit! Sorry, no, I thought we were looking at this. All right, back in here.
Yeah. Copy that.
All right, you want to throw this in our React or in our use effect?
Yeah, you could throw it in there. And we're gonna move some of the stuff out, just FI, and delete the if. All right, so line 11, alt up arrow above the use effect. And it's complaining about use state. Just put React, or you can import it. You can import it from React. Capital. Okay. And then, yeah, so you see here how it's setting initialize to true once it's done the thing.
Yeah.
We're gonna change this slightly. I think we can change this slightly. I should also admit that I don't really know JavaScript. I'm more of I know TypeScript, which is how I kind of learned JavaScript. All right. I think this is gonna be possible here. So on line 10, where you define your callback, put async before that expression. Space. All right, and then what we're going to do is we're going to await on line 12, and we're going to delete the dot then and then the curly brace, but we're going to keep the other bits. And delete the dot too. We don't want that. We just need the, delete the rest of that line. We don't need it. All right, and then we're going to go down, and then you see line 16. You can delete that. We don't need that. All right, and then, okay. Now the next thing that we should do is wrap that in a try block. So on line 11, we'll do try, and then open curly brace. And wrap that those two expressions. So where it says do other stuff, close it there. All right, and now we're going to do a catch, and then you could just log it out to the error, so console error, and just dump it there for now. All right. And why is it complaining at you? Why is it giving you okay. All right. So we have a fix for this. All right. So go ahead and delete the async on line 10. We're gonna define this step in another way. All right. So just bear with me here. All right. So on line 11, let's create a new line, and let's do const. We'll call this a init, or I don't know. You call it whatever you want, really. And then this is going to be equal to. Or we're going to assign async function to it. So yeah, you see how it's completing it for you. Yeah, you're going to do that, and then wrap your try catch all of that, like close it with your that thing. All right, so now we've defined a callback. Now on the next line, we're going to do a init and call the function with there you are. So yeah, that does the same thing.
Let's see how we did.
I would format your code first to see if that's even valid, because sometimes the formatter won't work if it's not valid. Oh, you don't have one. Never mind. Interesting. Prettier works. Okay. All right. So I normally use that as a way to say, all right, does this even work? Now, before we move forward, we have initialize, but we're not using it. All right. So maybe inside of that try block, or before the try block, we ask, if it's initialized. If so, we just return. We don't want to do anything. So basically what we did last time, except now we're using state to do it. No, it'll just be initialized. And you have to use parentheses for JavaScript. Okay. So now if it's initialized, hopefully it won't, do the thing again. Now here's the other thing. Because we're using state, we now have to throw initialize in that dependency array. So on 25, where you see that array, throw initialized in there. All right, cool.
Now,
save that.
We got to throw our actual app ID on 17 though, yeah?
Actually, yeah, you already have it. Just you see on line 9.
Yeah, we got it on line 9, but do we not need this app ID in here at all then?
No, like just move line 9 or take the app ID from that
line. Oh, yeah, that's what I meant.
Yeah, and you'll need to delete that line too after you're done with it.
Let's see, bug free. I'm caught in promise. Same thing.
If you go to your console, you may see an error.
Let's turn it off.
Or will it not write for this? I've never used this, so I don't know if will console log. Will it log to the console when you're using whatever that is that we're using?
Good question.
To start. You see how it says Webpack compile? I'm curious, like, will it even write out to that?
I don't know.
Okay. All right, well, let's look at our errors then, and let's see if we can figure out what's going on. It's still thinking that we're initializing this more than once. And it's saying that it cannot read properties of undefined. Do you have, I'm curious, do you have a ad blocker or anything on here?
Nope, nothing running.
Okay.
Nothing running, I don't think so.
Have you ever disabled have you ever disabled what do you call those things? Notifications at the system level? No.
Although you never know, it's really locked. We're very locked down, so it's entirely possible. No, I don't think so. I think we should be good. Like, there's nothing that I can think that I would have done that would be causing this, but obviously there's...
Do you have Firefox by any chance?
I don't, but I can get it. Let's go grab Firefox. Okay. Let's go grab it. And
I'm not saying that's going to fix the issue, but I tend to I actually use 3 different browsers.
Are you using the new one that just came out? Like, are you a big fan of that or not? So
what are we talking about?
Just for Mac, the browser sidebar view. Oh my God, what is it called? That's gonna kill me. New browser for not DuckDuckGo, Arc.
Oh yeah. I've been using it for a while now. Yeah.
How do you like it?
It's Chrome. Is Chromium? So I've been a Firefox user for, I'm gonna just say, probably most of my life as an internet user. I still prefer it, but some of the features of Arc are really nice.
Were you Netscape before Firefox?
Yes. Yeah.
Yes, you were. There you go. All right, let's get Firefox up here and see if that solves our problem. Firefox.
Well, I'm more interested to know if they're going to give us a different error, right? Like, it won't solve the problem, but at least it'll give us some insight into what it could be.
Right,
if it works in one and not the other. Because I've had issues like this where it will work, but it'll only work in Firefox. Or I've also had issues where it'll work, but it'll only work in like a new instance of Chrome and not Brave, which is the other Chromium-based browser that I'll use. I don't actually have Chrome at all. It's just Brave and Arc. Those are my two Chromiums.
There you go. Nothing wrong with that. I'm a big fan of Brave. I couldn't like stick with it for long enough. I was on there's another one that's like really, really good for customization, but it was like really, really intense to use. And it's not built on Chromium. I can't remember the name of it, but it's always got sucked back into these other browsers. All right, let's go back into our...
It's just localhost.
What port are we? Are we localhost 8000?
I don't know. It might
I'm
be.
gonna assume we're 8000 and we'll find out. Or I can just let's see. Oh, there we go.
All right. So you notice here how it gives us a different type of error.
Yeah. Much more useful error, I would say here. And the error that stops you from actually using the thing.
Oh, no, we get the same. Oh, okay, never mind. I was about to say that we get the same thing here. But all right, so let's go back and let's figure out, are we really initializing this more than once? Because maybe we are. And I just don't realize it.
I don't think we are. I mean, I didn't add it into, so I didn't add it into index.js.
Well, here's how we're going to find out. On line 16, add a new line, and we're going to at the end of 16. All right, add a new line before that, and then let's log to the console here. Let's see if this actually being called. So yeah, sure, that's fine. So if we see this happen more than once, well, we now know that we're getting caught by React's dev mode, which is rendering your component twice.
Yeah, 3 times.
No, this will be in the console, not there.
Oh, oops. No, just once.
All right.
No, twice.
Okay, all right. So we're being we're running into that issue that I was referring to, where it's going to render twice in dev mode. There is a way you can turn that off. You're not supposed to, but I think we should turn it off just for now.
I think for today. We need to get something working today. It took us a stream to get things like figured out kind of. So let's okay, so what do we need to do to turn it off then?
So we'll have to go to React docs or just Google or something like that and just say turn off React dev mode or something like that.
All right, React Native, how to turn off React.js development mode. If process Webpack, Browserify. Yeah, so it's just an if statement. Or just creating an end file, doing it in there. Oh, Stack Overflow, you're not helpful to me at all. How to toggle development.
Wasn't that it?
It might have been. Yeah, so it is just this. It's literally just the production.
But we're using Webpack for ours, right?
Yeah.
Or are we? I actually don't know. Like, are we using Webpack? I thought I saw something, like it's doing something different.
Are we using Webpack? Probably. No.
Okay, then. All right.
Let's just go wrap it in. Here.
I don't think that's that. I mean, just reading that's not doing anything. That's not it. All right, you see there, strict mode right there. That All right. So how do we turn off
See if it's
strict
in,
mode?
see if it's in here. Oh, there we go. Enabling strict mode. So it looks
Oh,
like,
we're looking for disable.
yeah, but I think that maybe in the newest version of React, it's disabled by default? Question mark?
I don't think it is. Strict mode is enabled by default.
Opt-out. There we go. Oh, wait, hold on.
I think it was the page we were on. We
so?
just yeah. I made it. I would expect it to be like in if we're trying to turn it off, it should be in a file or a folder or page called strict mode.
Oh, we can just use DevTools as well. If you have React DevTools installed, any console log, oops, slightly dimmed. Table. All right, let's actually read through the docs then. I thought I was going to be able to search. So use strict mode, props, caveats. There's no way to opt out of strict mode. Enabling strict mode for the entire
It says that there's no way to opt out. Okay.
Node. Strict mode follows enabling strict mode for part of the app. Find bugs by double rendering in development. React assumes there's pure function. Here's an example to illustrate how to render strict mode. There's a common code above. React
I'm curious if you go to the app.js, I'm sorry, index.js, let's look to see how that's being rendered.
Oh, that's why. Yeah.
Just delete, but like we don't need any of that. React is that's not a component. So we just need app. Just render the app.
Okay. Let's see if that did it. Hey, there we go. One less error and a new one to see.
Okay. Proxy frame host is undefined.
Seen that one before?
I have not, but I'm trying to think of what could cause that. I'm reading the stack trace. Just give me a moment. So we're going to OneSignal.js. All right, we get to the onload, and then we decode models, and then get all. This is where it seems to be failing. So it seems to have something to do with getting or fetching data from the database. So if you go to storage, and I'll kind of walk you through where we're going here. So we use a mix of IndexedDB, local storage, and session, all that kind of stuff. So if you click on IndexedDB on that thing right there, you'll notice that there's nothing here. So what's supposed to happen is something gets created there, and then we like try to get whatever information that's there. And it seems that because there is no database here, that it's failing on something. At least that's my best guess. I actually don't know. We're debugging here. So let's go back to your console.
That's our stuff. All right, let's go back to console. Boom. All
right. And OneSignal proxy frame host. All right, so let's see if it's undefined right now. I want to know if this is a lifecycle issue. So no. You're in the right place. So type in OneSignal .proxy frame host and see if it's still undefined. All right, it's not completing, so that tells me that it is undefined. Okay, let's go back to your package JSON in your code, and I want to see what version are we using here. Are we using the beta version, or are we using another version of OneSignal's SDK? Okay. So let's go back to what is it? The GitHub for OneSignal.
I gotta say, Will, just like as we do this, I am just like incredibly impressed by your breadth of knowledge of where to find the answers for all of this. I am just blown away.
Oh, well, I used to be a software engineer for about a decade. And I've built some things that people use. And like I've also done my own thing. So like Yeah, I say I don't know what I'm doing, but that's just so that people don't come and ask me to do stuff.
There you go. Fair enough. Fair enough. All right. So what are we looking for in here?
Wait. Give me a second. I forgot what I forgot. I got.
Do you want to go back to the error?
Yeah.
So this is our proxy frame host error.
All right. I'm sorry. I get distracted easily.
No. It's all right. It happens.
Right.
You don't need to apologize. You have literally been literally driving this entire stream, man. You get a second to like stop thinking. But I mean, I'm just like jumping in here. I'm curious though. This is always like the thing, right? Is like, has this error come up for anybody before? And I mean, like, I feel as though really as a maybe I'm the exception to the rule, but I feel like as like a more junior software developer, you're just like a very good Googler. And I wonder if anybody's seen this error before. No. Really? How has nobody faced this error before, considering half the internet is run on React?
So this is just from like being an open source maintainer for a while. Just because people have an issue doesn't mean that they'll report it.
That's true. You're not wrong.
And I would say most people don't report anything, whether it's good or bad. Although like there tends to be a higher likelihood that somebody will report something bad than good.
True.
Man, I kind of wish I can go back and hear what I was saying, because I was like, there's something that I saw here where I was like, wait, we can go and look at our code base to figure out.
All right, so you were doing it. So you did a stack trace here. So you were looking through the stack trace to kind of see what made sense where. We took a look back over at which version that we were using.
That's it. All right, so let's go to GitHub. Yeah, that's what we were after, the version.
Okay. All right, let's go back into our GitHub repo. All right, so we're looking for the current version is 3.0.1.
Not necessarily. Let's go to the releases. So this is a little bit more about how like, oh wait, they fixed the thing. Did that get fixed? Oh, well, all right. We've already said we're not going to use that.
So we literally could the problem that we identified is now.
So you remember I talked, we discovered it last week, and I reported, and I was like this is a for real issue now, because like we tried to do something live and it didn't work. So I guess they fixed it. Okay, but let's scroll down. We're looking for, okay, this is user model. That's what I wanted to confirm. I wanted to confirm we're using the user model.
Okay. So we're good.
So yeah, because I think you're on 3.0.1.
Yeah. Yeah, we're 3.0.1.
Okay. All right. That's what I wanted to check, was just like, all right, what version are we using? All right. So now that I know the version that we're using, let's go to go back to GitHub. I guess this is going to have to become a debugging session.
So you know what? Hold the phone, because this might actually be. So technically we did use create React app, but then we stripped out all of the React, like initial React stuff. Like we basically pulled out everything that made this a create React app from both the app.js and index.js. This may actually have something to do with these config overrides that we added in through the config. I just want to see something.
Well, it could, but I don't know. Like
it may not, but I feel like
it should just work, right? Like,
even if it works, it should. But I wonder. I don't even know what the error was here. I mean, we can go back. We can just leave this. I'm just saying this may be a thing. Okay, what's next? What do you think is our next step here?
Well, I mean, at this point, we're really just trying to get it to not render our thing more than once, and technically, initial like that should have done something. Yeah, that should have done something.
But this did. I mean, didn't this? Oh, because I guess we removed strict mode, and that was really what stopped it from rendering twice. But we haven't.
No, but it still is rendering twice, right?
Yeah. No. I think that problem was solved. I think our
Oh,
issue,
oh, okay. This is a, oh, okay.
yes,
This is
this is
a,
a new bug. We solved our problem. Yeah. This is literally the only thing that we
oh,
are left with now. So
okay, my bad.
we fixed our double render. Listen, you do
Okay.
not need to apologize. We fixed
Yeah,
the
yeah.
error.
I'm over here on some other. Okay, all right. So then, uh, does this same thing happen in Firefox?
This is us. This Ably stuff
Okay.
is
All right.
DevCycle. Yeah, we're still getting
Okay.
the same
All right.
error.
All right. Cool. 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 All right. So then, this probably won't do anything, but let's do it anyway. Let's stop the server and start the server. It's fixed issues for me in the past, so now it's just like the easiest thing to do. Where it's just like, oh, let's see here,
Turn it off and on again.
and then we'll be upset when it works, and it's like, what the hell? Why did that happen? Oh wait, we're doing this rewired thing. What is that?
Yeah, so that's what I was talking about. That rewired thing was where we did that change that was over in that config file. So I think that because we've stripped out all the original create React app code that was in here, I think we might not need that anymore.
Well, the way to fix that would be to go to your package JSON and just instead of
just
doing
change these back.
Yeah. Yeah, that doesn't seem to. Oh yeah, we got to stop it. Yeah.
Is this new or old? Huh?
I don't know. Just refresh.
That's us.
Okay.
That's.
Oh, we got a different error this time. Okay.
Yeah, it's back. It's over to DevCycle. Now DevCycle is causing the problem. So
okay.
this is I think this is the stuff that we were talking about related to why we have that. So this may actually be a cross compatibility issue.
Well, let's find out first. Let's find. We can find. So let's go back to the app and then comment out the import for DevCycle and the one thing where you're initializing it.
Where are you hiding?
You also, well, you're not done. There's the client, there's the higher level component, like all of that will have to go.
Fine.
And you're also going to have to delete the, not delete, but, comment out the JSX that you have. No, well, don't wrap that in. It's just app. There you go. So what I would have done is I would have just no, not that part. Go up one more. All right, let's undo all of that, because undo all of that. It's gonna mess you up in the future. Keep going, and there's a better way of doing it. All right, so all right, recomment out the line 1 through 6. You're good there. All right, and then go down, and then everything below that hook right there, just press Shift and then down arrow. Keep going, yeah, and keep going, and right there, go up one more, or well, more than one more. Keep going, one more, right there, and now comment it out that way. That way, you can go back in, and if you wanted to re-comment or like put it back in, it's easier. All right, so let's see if like we still get an error, right? Cannot read properties of. So that it turns out that that wasn't the root cause of our error here.
Okay, so let's go back to where we were at before. Oh, let's open that again. Let's go and forget about that. That's the wrong package. Let's redo. What was we need to do in here? We need to do app rewired. So app rewired or rewired?
I think it was rewired.
App rewired.
All right, so I have here's what we can do because we only have, I guess, 10 minutes. So let's get this ready for publishing, right? And we can resume. We can come back to it. And
Yeah,
this
let's do
time,
it.
so there's a few things that you're gonna want to do. Let's add a new package called .env. I think it's you'll have to Google it maybe. I think it's called .env. And just for like npm.env or something like that. No dot, like spelled out dot. Oh yeah, okay. Google figured it out. Look at that. All right, and then we're gonna have to like initialize the thing, so that'll happen in your index.js file, and they give you the code that you want to put in. It's just an import or something like that. And put it at the top. Like that should be the first import. All right. And the reason why is because there may be other things, although in this case there won't be, but there could be other things that need those variables to exist to be defined. So the order does matter. So I used to pay for GitHub. I got GitHub Copilot for free for a while.
Yeah.
In its early days, and I've since had to turn it off because
Why?
I find it not helpful at all.
What's it doing? What's the thing that that has really like turned you off of it? I'm super curious for people.
It's giving me wrong code. It's also giving me code that's not performant. Like I read things and I'm just like, this is a terrible like implementation. And I'm just like, it's I guess it's good when like you just want something quick. But as I look at it, I'm like, it's giving me wrong stuff, or whatever it's giving me is like just they chose a terrible algorithm, so the complexity is insane. And then like some of the other things, it's just like it always gives me like a convoluted way of implementing something.
That's fair.
Like, and I'll look at it, I'm like, man, it gave me like 20 lines, but this could be implemented in 4. Like, where it's just like, so I've since turned it off. And like what you were doing here in your environment variable, it gave you a completion. Was that right? Yeah, it's like,
no way. Yeah, but we want this example, and I think this is really what we want here, right? So we can give some folks that file, and then we just need to actually go in and call these in our.
Well, where's your environment file? I don't see it.
Right here. Oh, so I just put it as an env.example because we're not actually going to push the m file, but here we go.
All right, and let's throw those variables in there.
There. Do you know what's the language to actually switch that? Use the required.env. Oh, sorry, not that. I used the wrong words. Came out of my mouth. .env. I'm just wondering what we're actually replacing it with in here.
Oh, well, we can get to there. Let's put them in there first. Because they're the same in both, like for both cases. And there's two. Honestly, I create something called the constants file, and you'll want to make sure you delete. You'll delete that too eventually.
Yeah.
I normally create something called a constants file, or maybe you can call it common. I don't know. I put it in a folder called common. We are not going to do that. So let's just go back to the what do you call that thing? The package, whatever it is. Yeah, that thing. And you can do process.env.
Ah, that's what it is. All right.
And I think it also shows you in their code examples too, maybe. Further down where it's like you using. Did you see it? You passed it, I think.
Where am I? Where have I missed the actual thing?
Scroll up. Scroll up. Right there.
Oh, there it is. Process. Yeah.
Do you have a do you use desktop by any chance? GitHub desktop? Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to, because this is a strong opinion, but I think it's fine. If you're using Git, you should never have commented on anything in Git, because that just means you're using Git wrong. That's what branches are for. So what we're going to do is we're going to commit just the OneSignal stuff, and then we're going to create a new branch for the integration with DevCycle provided.
All right, I like that.
And
I like
then
that.
that way, like, because it seems like there's two different bugs that we have to figure out. There's the database issue, but then there's also, is there an issue with compatibility between this, whatever that thing is, rewrite?
Yeah, absolutely.
So yeah, let's go ahead and go to desktop and let's get some commits going.
All right, where did you open up desktop? Come on, over here. There we go. All right, let's create new repository, add existing repository, new repository. Let's call you.
No, don't create this. I think, does React App create a repo for you? Here's how you can tell. Go to your Visual Studio thing, and then inside of your terminal, right where you already are, just go to your terminal and then do ls space dash L A.
Yeah, it already got one there. So we'll just add that, choose the path. Let's go to desktop. OneSignal part 2. Oh.
Okay, so
I'll get it. Hold on, I just need to add to git ignore. Oh, that's why.
Yeah, dot local is how we there's local production, development, and all that other kind of stuff.
All right, so that's good. That's good.
So that checkbox at the top, click that checkbox. All right, and then let's go to your package JSON. All right, and it looks like okay, so we don't need to do anything with package JSON. Let's go to app. All right, and then so here's where things are going to get a little weird, just because of how things are. Go ahead and you want to select that first honk line 1 through 25. The way you select it is you go to the gutter and you'll see click it. There you are. Cool. Now what you're going to do is scroll down and not.
Oh, I see what you mean.
Not a selection.
Sorry. Gotcha. Good Lord. Things have happened here, Will, and they're not good things. What the hell?
So just click the gutter. You don't have to scroll. Just click the gutter, the other thing to the right. You see that big bar? It's kind of darker. Yeah, click there.
Oh, this guy. Cool. Gotcha.
All right.
Okay.
So now we'll scroll down, and then I want you to make a selection. Scroll back up. You're scrolling too fast. All right. Selection. Make a selection from line 1 to 6. And what you'll see is that deselects it. All right, cool. Now we can scroll down. And we're going to take all of that. Yeah, deselect all of that. Okay, and there we are. So now we can commit that. And this is just like initialize OneSignal. All right, and now the env example, the package lock, the package, all of that. Now for this commit, it's just I don't know, add environment variables or something, like load environment variables. Okay, now there's one more on index. Remember we turned off React strict mode, so you can select the whole thing. So you just click the checkbox in your thing. No, not that one. The checkbox on the file that you have selected where it says index.js. There's a checkbox to the left.
Jesus, where the fuck?
It's the blue thing, in the list to the left.
Oh my god.
Yeah, there you are. And then you'll just say disable React strict mode, or strict mode, I guess. All right, And then what we're now going to do is create a new branch after you make this commit. So you can click there and do it here, new branch, and we're going to branch off of where we are now. So this is, I guess, DevCycle, or yeah. And you want to bring those changes over. Cool. All right. And then you just commit all of that. Well, maybe you don't want to commit that yet. So I wouldn't do that first. Like, let's just get our config set up. So yeah,
Great.
this is, do your config. And also let's make sure the package.json has the correct script.
All right, sorry. Say that again. I'm
package.json. So go to your package.json.
going to my package.json over here.
Yeah, we want to make sure it has rewired. Okay, so we have a mistake in the last one, but we can fix that easily. So that rewired, we're going to change in the previous one, but we're not going to do it yet. So let's go back to desktop, and what we'll do is go ahead and just commit this file, which is, I don't know, configure whatever that is, rewrite or whatever it is. Okay, yeah. And then here, let's go back into our code base, and then let's uncomment all of the stuff that you commented out. You can't do that. You did them separately, remember?
Oh, why?
So start on line 28.
Yeah, I think this is it, right? 28 to here.
Yeah. So now, because you did it all in one go, you can uncomment it out in one go, and then yeah, that's why I was like, just do it those other.
Yeah, no, it makes sense.
And you can delete the.
Just grab that, and then let's just.
Oh, you delete that. There's no need for that because.
Oh, that's right, because we're committing it this way.
Because we're in Git, yeah.
Sense. Yeah. All right.
All right, and let's make sure that we don't have any like things that are secrets. It'll be at the end. I think it's where you had it. Yeah, perfect. Cool. Now you go ahead and do that. Right. Whoa. No. There's a mistake here. Go back to your code. First of all, there's two things. All Git files have to end in a new line. So on line 66, press enter. And then the second thing is on line 64, that shouldn't be in quotes. That is a string when it's loaded.
Oh.
So that would have come in as a string literal. All right, and you're good now.
Are we good?
Yep. So this will be initialized DevCycle. And you'll also need to stage that file so that it actually gets committed. All right, so let's go back to main and then publish main, because I don't think this repo exists.
Nope, not yet.
Yeah, so we got to do main first, otherwise, there could be issues. Okay, so now that branch is, that's published, it should have also published the other branch for you.
Yeah.
Because the thing didn't exist. But let's confirm. No, we didn't. Okay, so go ahead and publish that. I thought that, maybe that's the thing, and maybe I should report that. It would make sense to me that if you have branches and then you create a repo that didn't exist on GitHub, that it would push all of your reps up automatically.
Yeah, it makes sense to me
I don't
too.
know. Yeah, it makes sense to me too. But I'm just like, I'm also thinking about the philosophy of like, is that something that someone would expect to happen, right? Like maybe it is. I'm not really sure. Oh, there's an easier way to get to there. If you just do Command-Shift-G from GitHub Desktop, it'll take you to there.
Of course it will. All right, let's see. Oh, there we go. Awesome. All right, so we've got our. I'm going to throw this link in here if anybody cares.
And you'll go ahead and create your PR that way. That'll be what we're going to work on next time. And we also got to create we should have did this another way, but it's okay. We'll also need to create a PR for the OneSignal stuff, but we'll do that when we get back to it, right? So like the changes that we make. This is just for DevCycle. This doesn't have anything to do with.
Oh no, I'm just putting it in there for like part 3 of our.
Okay. I see what you're saying. Okay.
All right, it's in there. We're good. We got there. Will, I don't know. Your patience with me, man, is absolutely wild. But I
It's
feel
not really
like
a
if
patience thing. It's just
I feel I feel like if folks are watching this, like if they're seeing me struggle through it, they're like, I can figure this out. I got this.
yeah. Honestly, it's good that we've gone through this because now I can submit this to our SDK team and be
Love it.
like, here's more evidence of things. So hopefully, maybe we'll get a fix out. I really did not know that we fixed the Next.js thing. I'm like, oh man, we could have just we could have just left it as is.
It's
But
all
it's
right.
okay.
It's good though. Now you know what, we got a repo. We're starting with something a little bit more generic. I feel like a lot of people are using React. Not everybody is using Next.js. A lot of people are using it, but not everybody. So,
Yeah, right.
well, this is great, man. I'm so sad that I've got to run, but I got
No,
to,
no worries.
I gotta head out. But thank you so much for another amazing stream today. For anybody that's catching this, I'm actually going to be on stream a lot next week. I'm going to be live in London from DevRelCon. I'm going to be live from SIBO Navigate as well. We're going to be doing lots of streams, so stay tuned. And then stay tuned again because Will and I will be back because we're not anywhere close to being done this project yet. And
I mean,
we haven't
even
even
if
figured
we
out what
are
the
done,
project is.
yeah, it's like even if we are done, we should just keep streaming. It's fun. I like
Yeah,
doing
man.
it.
I love it. This is great. Listen, and eventually I will take over in the driver's seat and we will build something. It may be a static website built in YAML, but we'll go from there. All right. And with that, Will, thank you so much for a great stream. Thanks to everybody for watching. And we'll see everybody around here on Twitch and around the community. So have an awesome rest of your day. And we'll see you again soon. See you later, Will.
Have a good rest of the day. Peace.